How is it going, Idola YouTube, and really the rest of my channel that's interested in this topic as a whole? 6 hours ago, a post was posted to the main Gacha gaming channel on Reddit, or I guess I should say the main subreddit, and it's gotten quite a bit of traction, called Idola Phantasy Star Saga Global now features paid-only characters that were obtainable for free in JP. And I wanted to break down if this is signaling the end of the game or not. And as you can see, it's got quite a bit of upvotes to it. The number one upvoted overall with 42 points is, I thought this game would be fun to try and play on the side, but it was so clunky and outdated that I didn't stick with it. When I see things like this, I'm just glad I dodged the bullet. The next one, Boltrend has routinely running this game from Sega into the ground, and even after the small outrage from the last Step Up banner conversion into paid, they took things a step further and made paid Step Up the only way to acquire a new character release. I want to talk about if this actually signals the demise of this game, and flat out the answer is yes, but it's not specifically this, it's routinely doing this. So as they mentioned in the comments, this is the second time they've done a Step Up banner like this where you can get a reward. This is the first time we've truly seen it to where this is the only time ever that they will give this is the only time so far that they've given her out as a unit. So if you were to do it, basically you'd have to give them close to $100 and you could get her for free, and you'd be one of the only few people in the game that actually have her, and she's pretty strong right now. But if you guys remember all the way back to the release, two of the best units in the game, Summer Flamey and Summer Windus, were actually similar. They were only available in a paid gacha where it cost $30 per roll and you weren't even guaranteed one of them. You could pay another $30 separately and be guaranteed one of those three. But this isn't even the first time they've done this. Both Summer Flamey and Summer Windus were available later in the game. So I will say that it's like a 99% certainty that Matoi, this girl right here, will be available probably within the next month in a banner separate from this. And they're giving you about a 2-week window to where you can have this competitive advantage if you spend. I'm all for finding ways for whales to have an advantage, but I don't like it when those advantages truly outweigh the ability of those that grind and play. And right now, guys, their continuance of doing this is very, very consistent with so many of the practices that we see in the industry for people that are trying to milk money out of a game before it shuts down. And with the amount of bugs that have been released lately, the amount of typos that we see in the game, how clunky some of these rewards can get in the actual loading time of these different events that have next to no data in them, we can see that Boltrend isn't really taking this seriously, and they're literally just playing the publisher role and trying to do everything they can to soak money out of something they know will fail. So with that being said, this video will mark the end of my coverage of Idola, unless people truly request me to do a lot of it through my Patreon. This is the first time I'm ever mentioning my Patreon, but if you subscribe to my Patreon and you let me know that you want to see this, I will gladly make Idola videos. I will review more heroes. I will look at your team and offer advice and things of that sort. But hey, it is what it is. Idola, you were fun for a bit. You had so much promise. I do not like what Boltrend did to you, and even less, I don't like what Sega did to you. I think Sega kind of ruined this game as well. There's so much potential here, guys, and a lot of uniqueness, but this game definitely needs to be run into the ground a bit in terms of my overall rankings, and you'll see that reflected in my next Gacha tier list. So with that said, hopefully I see you later, Idola YouTube. Take care.